Thank you. Where were you born, sir?
I was born in the Brownsville section of Brooklyn.
Uh-huh. And tell me about Brooklyn in those days.
Brooklyn in those days was like any other inner city. Rough. Everybody's trying to get over. Everybody's stepping on each other. You know, everybody wants that gold ring, and they'll do anything and everything to achieve it.
So it's not much different.
Same old.
What was your home life like?
Well, I grew up with my mother. I had a great mother and father. They raised me well, and I could have went astray just like anybody else in the neighborhood. But, I wanted to make my mother and father proud of me because, like I said, in the neighborhood where I grew up, not too many people that can uplift the neighborhood, and I was one of the persons to have that chance to uplift the neighborhood.
And what kind of kid were you? Were you a good kid, or did you get in trouble sometimes?
I had my share of problems, but what really, really steered me straight was boxing. That's what turned my whole life around. I mean, I could have done a whole lot of bad things, but like I said, boxing came into my life at an opportune time, and I liked it, and I just stuck with it.
And who got you interested in boxing?
A gentleman by the name of Jesse Watson, who was a former fighter himself.
And how old were you when you first walked into a gym?
Around 15 years old.
And what gym was it?
It was, what happened was, I lived in the project, the Brownsville project, and we had a little gym in the Brownsville Youth Center that we didn't have a ring, we just had a room, and we used it as a gym. We boxed in that room with all 4 brick walls, and then as I started to progress as an amateur fighter, the city made a gym just for me. We had 550 Stone Avenue. They made a little gym with a ring, some racks to hang heavy bags on. And to this day, that gym is still there.
Oh, wow. Was there any popular fighters in there at the time?
Well, we had a couple of guys that were trying to win the Golden Glove. I mean, I went the furthest. I won the Golden Glove twice. They didn't take it serious like I took it serious. Like I said, I wanted to make my mother and father proud of me. And the only way I can start by is to stay out of trouble. Because, you could have stepped outside any time in my neighborhood and get killed.
So when you first started boxing, you liked it immediately, right away?
Immediately. I like the one-on-one confrontation. Mano a mano. That's what I like.
Yeah. And what was your amateur record?
Offhand, I think I had about 145 fights. I lost 7.
Oh, wow.
I was an Olympic alternate in 1972.
And what's your best memory as an amateur? Was it when you won the Gold Gloves, or was it being the Olympic?
I won the Golden Glove twice. I beat Vito and Termo in the finals. We're the only one in the Golden Glove history to fight each other in the Golden Glove finals. First of all, we were Golden Glove champions, and then we both became world champions.
And what was fighting Vito like?
Well, I boxed him. That's all I did. I knew how he fought. Vito was the guy that put a lot of pressure on you, and I was, at that time, really good boxer. And I just got pointed and he didn't go near around. So I just boxed him and boxed him and boxed. That's all I did. It wasn't a hard fight at all.
Had an easy time with Vito.
Yeah, but he was very competitive. But like I said, I boxed him.
Yeah. And let's see. You won the 1972 Gold Gloves, defeating Patrick Maloney.
Yeah.
How'd you feel the second time?
Well, listen, I was already a champion, and there was no way that Pat Maloney was going to deny me a second Golden Gloves.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went in there and I appointed him, beat him up, and just, went on about my work. That's all.
How did becoming an Olympic alternate come up? How did you find out you were going to be an alternate?
Well, it was me and Jesse Valdez. We were the only two left. We didn't beat every welterweight that the competition had. We were always the finalists. At that time, we had a lot of good welterweight that wanted to represent. We had guys from the Army, Navy, Marines, and, me and Jesse, we beat them all.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just me and Jesse. And I thought I even beat Jesse. I knocked him down in the first round. The fight was on Wide World of Sports.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to realize that Jesse was already on 2 Olympic teams already, so he was the favorite. I just came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And, started boxing and established myself real quick.
Yeah. And did it bother you not to make the Olympics?
Bothered me a great deal because I thought I won. I thought I had, I won the decision. I had the right to represent the United States. But, as I found out, just like in life, boxing is a situation where it was crooked. There's a lot of politics involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
You can win all round, but then again, the other guy gets a decision. So I guess I learned the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Because it really hurt me that I lost. It was on Wide World of Sports, and as I was coming home, that same day, I took the subway home, and people that saw the fight recognized me. They were just telling me how I won the fight. They thought I won the fight. But, you live and you learn. That was one of the most painful experiences in my life was for them to take the fight away from me.
Yeah. And did you still get a pretty nice signing bonus when you turned pro, or did you just?
No. You know what? I just took some time off, and then I turned pro. I had a manager named Jack Singer, who was a great guy, owned some restaurants in New York City. He took me under his wing and gave me a salary a week so I can concentrate on boxing, and that's what I did.
And when you turned pro, what was your family's financial situation like in the house?
Well, my father, he was always a good provider. He was out there working, good provider. So we wasn't too worried about that.
Yeah. And do you remember who you turned pro against and where it was and what the result was?
My first pro fight, if I'm not mistaken, was in Boston. I knocked the guy out in the first round.
First round knockout?
Yeah.
You remember the guy's name or no?
Nah, that's 100 years ago.
It's funny, some people forget everything and some people remember every little thing,
Yeah, but I know it was in Boston, and then I fought, if I'm not mistaken, I fought the next day also.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, in New York.
Wow.
Yeah.
They don't make them like that anymore. They don't make them like that anymore.
Not at all. Not at all.
Let me see. I'm going to just check your record out and make sure. You watching the Friday night fights?
Yeah.
So your man Kendall Holt there.
Yeah, I was, you know what? It's so ironic. I was training Tim Holman. He asked me to train him for this fight, and I agreed to train him. And he stopped coming to the gym. But it's more to the eye than what we see that was wrong with Tim Coleman. It's more to that. He just told Teddy Atlas that he fired me. It's not true. He said he fired me and Roger Mayweather. That's not true. And I can verify that by all you got to do is call the outpatient rehab spot where he was signed into, and he stopped showing up yet. So I called him. I called the rehab spot, called Choices, and they said he signed up, but he never came in. So they'll tell you right then and there that this man was a drug addict, and I don't want to associate myself with people like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I left him.
Now, can't that be? Could that be a means to sue him because he did that too?
No. You know what this is? Kendall Holt did the job for me.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Kendall Holt did the job for me. and we all called it. We're in the gym day.
Yeah.
You know, we all called, but the guys saw that Tim Coleman was never in condition. He had nobody to go with him to the fight.
Yeah.
You know, I always going to embarrass myself. You know, knowing this guy. He came, the first day he came to the gym, I was in box with a 14-year-old kid. The kid hit him with a body shot. Tim spit the mouthpiece out and quit.
Jeez.
A 14-year-old kid. He spit the mouthpiece out and quit. And right then and there, I called, you know, like I said, I called the rehabilitation spot, and they told me that Tim hadn't been showing up.
Oh, wow.
So I said, well, I can't work with this kid because, you know, he's a drug addict.
Yeah.
So he gets hit with a body shot, he's going. And what happened? The first round, he got hit with a body shot.
That's it. Same thing.
Yeah, I'm not going out like that. I have a reputation.
Yeah.
I'm not going out like that. So he's telling Kenny Atlas he fired Roger Mayweather first, and then he fired me. That's not true. And I got the proof. All anybody got to do is call the rehabilitation choices. That's what the rehabilitation center is called, Choices.
Yeah.
So, you know, he never showed up. He showed up once, and that was it.
That's why I called Kendall Holt your boy. I know he did some job for you today.
He did me a favor. Yeah, he did me a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got him for you, man.
Yeah. You know.
Let's see. And you were right. You fought the next day. You fought the first day in New York, and you fought the next day in Boston.
That's right.
So you were totally right.
Yeah, this was when fighting was fighting. Fighting was real. It wasn't like a business as it is today.
Yeah.
Today's fighting is a business. It's no longer a sport.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. It's run by like Bob Arum and stuff. People like that.
You know what? Yeah, it's run by a guy like Arum. You know, if you're gonna run it a professional way.
Yeah. That'll never happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. Can I ask you a question? And then tell me your answer.
Okay.
If I have a fighter that's 42-0, he's already considered the best fighter in the world. How come my trainer never got Trainer of the Year?
Yeah. That's true.
Okay. Manny Pacquiao, and I'm not a prejudice guy, but Manny Pacquiao has been defeated 3 times. He has 3 ways to beat him.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. That's not. And I speak up where it's supposed to be. Roger Mayweather should have been should have been a Trainer of the Year on 2 occasions.
Yeah.
He's got the best fight in the world. There's no possible way that anybody know that he can be beat. Floyd Jr.
Yeah.
You know, 42 have tried and 42 have failed.
That's right.
You know, and yet he's not even considered Trainer of the Year. They give Trainer of the Year 5 times to Freddie Roach.
Yeah, it's the politics in it. That's totally right.
You know?
Totally right.
Yeah.
They're scared of what he might say when he accepts the award, you know? I was thinking that too.
You know, and I talk to a lot of writers about that.
Yeah.
Ask them, you got a guy that's undefeated in 42 fights.
That's right.
What's up? You know, I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, I know Freddie's got Parkinson and the whole 9 yards, but hey, listen, those things happen. Roger has diabetes real bad.
Yeah.
And Roger can't even see that well.
No.
You know, they never gave that man a Trainer of the Year award.
That is sad. they're gonna do it when it's too late, when he can't even see it or something.
Exactly. You know, that's crazy. But you know, that's boxing for you.
And you know that would make him feel good and could help him out and be a happier person. You know.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
When you're recognized for your skill and what you do for the game, you know, it does something.
Exactly.
You're totally right.
Roger's a credit to the game. He's a credit to the game.
Yeah.
No matter what they say about Roger, no matter how they talk about it, he's a credit to the game.
That's it. You said it. And you need to tell him that. Maybe he needs to hear it. You know.
Yeah. No, I talk to Roger. I talk to Roger all the time. I saw him yesterday. I was watching Floyd work out yesterday.
How's he looking?
Yeah.
Is he looking good?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. He's ready. He'll be ready.
He's like, boxing comes as easy to him as breathing does.
That is correct. That is correct.
I don't think he'll ever be too old to do it. I think he can get until he's 50.
Yeah, Floyd is that good.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, he's that good.
Let's see. And how did you feel the after your first pro win or your second pro win? They came on different nights on the next night. How did you feel about
that? You know, I felt good. I felt like I was on my way to becoming world champion. I felt real good.
Mm-hmm. You knocked out Dave Wyatt. That was his name in the fourth round. That's what you did in the first time.
Yeah.
Dave Wyatt.
Dave Wyatt.
Remember that name?
Yeah.
Your record.
Dave Wyatt.
Say it again?
Yeah, I recognize those names now. I mean, it's been so long, but, you know, I did move my head so I can remember a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely sound better than half the people I talk to. More than half.
I feel great. You know, I mean, like I said, the name of the game is I hit you, but you don't hit me. That's the name of the game. It's about 60 fights, and I moved my head. Yeah.
Yeah, some incredible fights too. You're like one of the last people that went 15 rounds before. Not too many people say that anymore.
Yeah.
How do you get ready for a 15-round fight?
How do I get ready for a 15-round fight?
Yeah. What's the difference?
A lot of boxing, and a lot of road work.
Yeah. Would it play on your mind at all? Would it play on your mind? Like?
Nah, not at all. Not at all.
You just knew.
I've had some. I mean, I've had some good boxing. When I first started out, I was boxing guys like Ebo Griffith, Rodrigo Valdez, Kenny Buchanan. These guys that I was boxing, Tom Bethea, these guys are seasoned pros, you know, and I'm boxing these guys. And here I am with 2 pro fights.
So you would spar with them in the gym? Buchanan, Kenny Buchanan? Wow.
Yeah.
He would train in New
York?
Yeah,
Kenny was in New York, yeah. But you go out there, Ebo Griffith, everybody was in New York.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Those were the days.
I had a great time.
Yeah. What happened to all the gyms? Is there anything happening to make more gyms, or are they just?
Well, they did a lot of gyms in certain areas of New York, and like in Vegas, gyms are springing up all over the place because basically of MMA, you know, things like that. But I mean, boxing is still prevalent sport to be in.
Yeah.
You know, for me. When we do MMA, you got to have a boxing ring and the whole 9 yards. So.
Yeah, your record was 7 wins with no losses when you met Radames Cabrera in New York.
Right.
At the old Felt Farm. And then you lost your first 10-round unanimous decision. That was your first defeat.
My first round.
How'd that feel to lose your first fight in your hometown like that?
Well, you know what, listen, I just said, you know, at that point, I lost. And I just said I have to regroup. You know, because I had on, you know, in my mind that I was going to be the middleweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
You know, he just outboxed me, and he had more experience than me, which was cool. You know, I didn't lose my mind. I just said I had to regroup. And that's what I did.
See, you're a throwback. A lot of people get all down on themselves now, you know?
I never was down on myself. I would never be down on myself, you know, behind a loss. It just showed me what I had to have corrected.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. It never got me down. I mean, why would I want to be down? I gotta have an upbeat situation going, but I want to be a world champion.
That's right. Then your first big test came against Cyclone Hart. How hard was Cyclone Hart's left hook? How hard was that hook?
My friend who was at the fight, he said the Cyclone hit me with that left hook, and my head looked like Linda Blair in The Exorcist when it turned all the way around. That's what he told me. I knocked him out twice in the same fight.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What was it?
I knocked him out.
I'm sorry.
I knocked him out in the first round. They said I hit him after the bell, which I hit him right at the bell, and he was out. They counted 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he had the powers that be. He was managed by Payton and Jacobs.
Yeah.
They went and talked to the officials. They said I hit him after the bell. They woke him up.
Mm-hmm.
And I knocked him out again in the fourth round. I knocked him out twice. Yeah, I knocked him out twice in the same fight.
It's too bad you
I
can't
still have that. I still have that article from the Daily News. It says at that time my name was Eddie Gregory. It said Gregory knocked out Hart twice in one fight. Yeah, I still got that article upstairs in my bedroom.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta love that.
Yeah, no doubt. Nobody ever did that.
Did you feel anything from him, or you just took it out of him the first round right away? Didn't even.
Nah, but he was a puncher. And he came out winging, but I was a boxer puncher. But I got a guy that wants to punch. I can box. I can set him up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I waited till he opened himself up, and I just put the right hand right on his chin.
Nice one, huh? Went all the way down your ankle.
That's right. That's exactly where it started at.
Nice. And that's it. Took care of business there.
Yeah.
And so you just had to watch his wide punches, and that's all you did. Was
yeah, it was wide enough hook. That's what I had to do. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm. In your next fight, you're knocked down for the first time in your career by Mario Rosa. How hurt were you in that fight?
I wasn't hurt. I was more embarrassed. I was knocked down in the sixth and again in the seventh, and I knocked him out in the eighth.
Yeah, you did. So how'd you feel though? You felt just like getting up and that's it, put it behind you?
Yeah, the makings of a champion is if he happens to get knocked down in a fight, is to get back up and win spectacular. And I got knocked down in the sixth and in the seventh round. And I knocked him out cold in the eighth.
Yeah. And who was your trainer at the time?
Yeah, Chicky Ferrara, who worked with Angelo Dundee when Angelo worked with Ali.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So would you be in the gym with Angelo too? Would Angelo give you some pointers?
Once in a while, Angelo would come through and say that I was a great prospect. And, we had a lot of good times together, Angelo and myself. When we were together alone, we had a lot of good times.
Mm-hmm.
It was a shock when he passed, because we could never imagine Angelo passing away, because he wasn't even sick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Normally when you have a guy that's sick, you expect him at that age to pass, but Anthony wasn't even sick. But he was a lot of fun. We had a lot of good times together.
Yeah. Would you meet Ali? Would he come in the gym a lot too?
Yeah, I've known Ali for a long time. He was very instrumental in helping me to win my world title by letting me train at DLA, Pennsylvania for free.
Oh, wow.
I had my own cabin up there, me and my guys. And, he extended his hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
Winning the championship to Ali for, like I said, inviting me up to the camp and me doing what I got to do.
Mm-hmm. Was Ali the one introducing you to Islam?
Well, he had a big hand in it. My sisters and brothers, my older sisters and brothers, they were already into Islam. Mm-hmm. And as I got, closer to Ali, I gravitated toward Islam. And that helped me a great deal to find out who I was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started getting interested in Islam?
About 20.
Uh-huh. How old were you when you officially changed your name and everything? It was right after.
I changed my name right after the fight when I fought Marvin Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had to have a platform so people can listen. And my platform was winning the title for Marvin Johnson. Now when I spoke, everybody can listen now.
Mm-hmm.
And I took that opportune time to do that.
Yeah. Then in your next biggest fight, you faced another humongous puncher, Benny Briscoe. How hard was Briscoe's punch?
It wasn't hard. I beat Benny fast, Clay. I boxed him, I guess before the Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
We had at least about 15,000 people at the Spectrum. I boxed him, you know. If I to look at the fight, I think Benny probably won about 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
But he was easy. Benny was easy. I just, you know, I boxed him and did what I had to do to him. But Benny was a credit to the game. You know, when he passed away, I went to his funeral.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was a good guy like Benny Briscoe.
So you developed a good relationship with him after this?
No, I know. I mean, I wasn't, listen, it's like this here. I mean, he beat me. They said he beat me, and I just left him like that. But everybody was there to know that I beat Benny.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, hey, it is what it is. This is his hometown. You know, his promoter. You know, I'm a young kid coming up. You know,
mm-hmm.
So that's how that is.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take the game. Like I said, boxing is a business.
Did he ever admit to you that he felt he lost or felt you deserved it?
No, he's not, you know, he wouldn't do that. Benny had his pride. He wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was a good guy. I like Benny Briscoe.
Mm-hmm. Now, I know in your next fight was your first time fighting in the Garden. Why is it that you being from New York, why did you have to wait so long to fight in the Garden in your career?
They got their picks. But I fought in the Garden twice to go to the final. And I fought to go to the semifinals. I fought in the Garden a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But as a professional, I only fought there once. And they had their picks who they wanted to fight in the Garden. And, you know, like I said, boxing is a business.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I guess I wasn't on that #1 hit parade. So,
how did it feel going for the first time in the Garden? Were you excited about it?
It felt great. Very excited. It felt great. I fought a guy that had a great record. You know, had a great record. Hildo Silva.
Mm-hmm.
I knocked him out. Knocked him out cold. Matter of fact, I got that picture in the back of the Daily News where he stretched out cold.
No,
He could have counted 400. He wasn't getting up.
So that was your Garden party, huh?
Yeah, that was my Garden party. I enjoyed that. That was great.
How many friends and family came to see that fight?
Everybody.
That's it.
Everybody. That was great.
You gave him a night, huh? Gave him a memorable night.
Yeah. Oh, man, I hit it with a shot so hard, man. Ooh, it was cold.
Then you fought Matthew Saad Muhammad. What's it like fighting Saad Muhammad? What was he, like 13-0 at the time, only?
Yeah, he hit me with a shot. He hit me the hardest I've ever been hit. But we fought in Philadelphia in the arena. And the first round, he came at me with an overhand right, hit me right on the chin, and down I went. And after the knockdown in the first round, he didn't win a second of the whole fight.
Wow.
So I went right at him, and I just beat him up.
Did you feel you won split decision? Should you have won that fight? Or?
Yeah, I won the fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you feel like you did enough?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So he was backpedaling the whole fight. He wouldn't engage. He wouldn't engage with him because he felt my power.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I stung him on a few occasions, and you know, he was scared.
Yeah.
You know, I would just lighten him up.
Mm-hmm. And then a couple of fights later, you're fighting Victor Galindez for the championship, and you went to Italy to fight him. What'd you think of Italy? Was that your first time?
Victor was an awesome fighter, but Victor was a type of guy that he was a bully. You know, so this is what I did at the press conference in Italy. We were at a press conference, and I let the referee, I let the media know that you know, Victor had a habit of hitting you low, and I let everybody know. I said, if he hits me low, I'm going to hit him back low. So I'm letting everybody know now. So what happened was, Victor got up to go to the men's room. Right, and I waited for like about a minute, and I ran in there behind him. You know, and I told him in English, I said, listen, I'm going to kick your ass. I guarantee you I'm going to kick your ass. And he knew what I was saying. He acted like he didn't understand English. But he understood it. And it was a great fight. I thought I won. Even Gil Clancy, who was doing the blow-by-blow, said that I won the fight. You know, but they took 2 points from me because I hit him low. But they didn't take any points from him from hitting me low.
And he hit you low first, right?
Yeah, he hit me low first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Italy when you went there? How did they treat you there? Were they treating you good?
Oh, I had a great time. I mean, I've been there, had a great time. Had a great time. I went to Paris. I mean, I'm a young boy. I'm a young man. I'm going all over the world. I fought Nessim Cohen in Paris. I knocked him down 3 times. They go to the draw. And I said, God, dog, what did I do to win? Killed his ass?
Was that as a pro when you went to France, or did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Pro.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, Nessim Cohen I fought.
Was that before your fight with Galindez?
Yeah, I was still middleweight. I was really pretty high in the middleweight, but I just couldn't keep that weight down.
How much would you blow up to between fights?
I would walk around probably like $175, trying to make 60. So just a little while to do that.
Yeah.
And I just went up. I couldn't hold the weight down that too much. I was still growing.
Yeah. And now your fight with Galindez, you just described the 5th round knockdown. What happened there?
No, we were in an exchange, and I was basically more off balance. I was basically more off balance than I was hurt anything. I thought I beat him fair and square, but we're over in Italy, right? His promoter was Italian. So I wasn't gonna win that one. That's part of the business.
That's it. And how disappointing was it to return home with no championship belt and you thought you won?
Very disappointing. But you see, it's like this here. Everybody saw it on TV. It was on Sports Spectacular. Gil Clancy was doing the announcing along with Tim. I forgot Tim's last name.
Yeah.
But they announced the fight, and I won the fight fair and square. And coming home, I felt like I won, and my people felt like I won. The fans felt like I won. So it kept me in the top 3, of all the sanctioning bodies. So that was good.
And then you went on and put a nice little 7-fight win streak together. And then you fought James Scott in Rahway State Prison. What happened in that fight? How come you couldn't beat that guy?
I didn't take him serious. I really didn't take him serious. I didn't take James Scott serious because at that time, I'm still beating everybody. And I'm saying, this guy, he's not going to beat me. He doesn't train right in the whole 9 yards. Little did I know, that's all he had time to do was train. So I mean, listen, you live and you learn. But that fight turned my whole life around. Oh, yeah.
So it taught you the
proper turned my whole life around.
You put together another win streak, and you ride it all the way to your shot at the WBA title against Marvin Johnson. You became the new champ by 11th round TKO. Describe that fight. How was it like fighting Marvin Johnson at that time?
Well, Marvin, when you fight a guy like Marvin Johnson, you got to bring your lunch because he's going to give you 110%. Marvin, ironically, he was my roommate on the 72 Olympic team. I never knew I was going to fight him.
Giving us some trivia.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, everybody. He was my roommate. Yeah.
And how was your relationship like then? Did you get real close? Did you feel like you were fighting?
We was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was cool. So, me and my man, to this day, we're still cool.
Oh, you still keep in touch with him too?
once in a while we go to dinners together. You know, we run into each other.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How was it like fighting him at that time? Was it harder because you had like a friendship going?
Nah, listen. He's trying to take my head off, and I wasn't gonna let that happen. You know? And I had to go take care of business. That's what I did. And that's exactly what I did. Took care of business.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So what was happening politically in the climate after the fight? You changed your name and your religion officially. What was happening that touched you to want to do that?
Well, it was a time for change. You know, I really got into reading a lot about who I was and how the world revolves around different situations. And, you know, by being with a lot of very political activists, and I grew up with Al Sharpton. You know, I was friends with Ali, Jim Brown. These were all friends of mine. And I had to make a statement that, you know, my name was Eddie Gregory. Gregory is a slave name. That is not my name. So Ali just said, hey, you know, I'm going to name you Mustafa Muhammad. I kept the name Eddie out of respect for my mother and father because that's what they named me. So I just kept it like that.
So what was New York like at the time? Was there a lot of police brutality and stuff?
A lot. But they knew who I was. I mean, I wasn't, like I said, I changed my life completely around. You know, I changed my life around. But I was always in the area. I was starting to make a few dollars. I could afford my own apartment and the whole 9 yards. You know, but there was still police brutality in the whole 9 yards. And like I said, I wasn't one to run from the police, but if they would try to do something to me, I would do something back. You know, I'm not going to let nobody run over me, nobody take advantage of me, and nobody put their hands on me. You know, I just don't roll like that. That's not me. If I'm not bothering you, don't bother me. But if you decide to bother me, and then I'm going to make that arrangement for you to meet God. That's just how it is.
That's it. You better think twice before messing with you.
That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying I'm a tough guy. Not in this, but I believe in protecting myself. You know, I believe in protecting myself and my family. You know, I'm not going to let you just do something to me or, you know, anybody in my family. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen.
That's it. And what I forgot to ask you, in the Marvin Johnson fight, when you won by the 11th round TKO, how did it feel when the championship was yours? Finally.
Oh, you know what? It felt great for the simple reason. It was going into the fight, I knew I was going to win the title. You know, because I had that sort of confidence that I'm going to win the championship. I waited for the time. I would train diligently, and there was a lot of obstacles that were against me. You know, but like I said, it was no problem. As long as when I stepped into the ring, I knew I was going to win the title. The title was mine, and that's what I did. You know, and it wasn't no surprise. It was a relief. That's what it was. It was relief that I finally won the title. Not surprised. It was just a relief because I knew, you know, like I said, I beat Galindez. They didn't give it to me. And I knew if I had another opportunity that, you know, to fight for the title, I'm going to win it. And that's what I did. So I wasn't surprised or nothing like that.
What did Marvin Johnson say to you after the fight? Was he?
They took him to the hospital. He was really beat up bad. But like I said, I saw him maybe about 15 years, 20 years later after the fight, and he told me that he was really hurt. He told me, he came out flat out and told me, you hurt me bad. And I didn't, you know, I mean, listen, this is what we do. You know, we're in the hurt business.
Yeah. That's it. And you are. You ain't lying.
No doubt. No doubt.
And then your first title defense came against Jerry Martin. You scored a 10th round TKO. What do you remember about that fight? He fought a...
I just outboxed Jerry. That's all it is. You know, Jerry never went 15 rounds. You know, I don't know if he ever went past 10 rounds. So I just outboxed him and kept hitting him with vicious body shots, slowed him down until he dropped his hands, and he threw a lazy jab, and I just came over the top with a right hand, and that was it. He was out cold.
Yeah. Hold on one sec. What do you got, bud? What do you need? My kids came down here. Okay, bring it upstairs. What, do you got kids in the house too, Eddie?
My grandson.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, play nice. Make sure Michaela plays good with you. Okay, nice. Okay. Okay. So you babysitting tonight, or they live with you?
No, I'm babysitting. I'm a good babysitter.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I like that.
How many grandkids do you have?
I have about 7.
Wow.
I have a big family.
That's good. How many kids do you have?
9.
Oh, wow.
I have, but my youngest, I have a set of twins. They're in college now.
Wow, that's great.
So, I mean, I've done good with them, you know.
Yeah, you did.
Everything is great. I live a great life. Have a nice home. Swimming pool, jacuzzi, 5 cars. I'm good. And I love doing what I'm doing.
Living the life.
I love doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I live good, so I don't complain.
Yeah. Let's see. Then you fought Rudy Koopman out west in the old Olympic West Coast, the West Coast Mecca. What was it like fighting in front of that kind of crowd?
Perfect. Rudy was talking a lot of trash, and I told him, just for you talking trash, I'm going to cut this fight real short. And that's exactly what I did.
Feels good to make stuff come true, right?
Yeah, but, you know, when you're in good condition, and, you know, I was a boxer puncher, so I could adapt to anybody's style, basically. And that's what I did. You know, when Rudy started talking, I tell you, you have a check that your ass won't be able to cash. And I just beat him up. Beat him up bad. They stopped it in the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah. Do you find it easier to beat punchers than it is to beat boxers? Would you just know how to do it?
No, it was basically the same thing because I can adapt. You know, that time I can adapt. If you're a puncher, okay, I'm going to bait you. Because I know you try to hit me with one shot. You're not a combination puncher. You're a puncher. You know, like Jerry Martin was not a combination puncher. He was a one-punch guy. You know, and I said, oh, man, I'm going to have fun with this guy. And that's what I did. You know, I had fun with guys like Jerry Martin, Billy Briscoe. Because I boxed. And I stood right in front of them. I didn't have to move around. I was right in front of them. You know, moving the top part of my body and, you know, having a good time.
And when did you start thinking about trying your luck at heavyweight? When did you start thinking about that?
Well, me and Larry Holmes, at one point in our lives, this is a little while ago, we never got along. You know, because we were the amateurs together, me and Larry. I've been knowing Larry 100 years. And I always wanted to fight him. I thought I can beat him.
Yeah. Did you ever spar him or anything?
No, I just knew I can beat him.
Yeah. A brave man.
You know.
Were you a welterweight when you were thinking that too?
No, I was light heavyweight.
Okay.
You know, I always told Larry, I can knock you out. I guarantee I'll knock you out.
You had that James Toney attitude, huh?
I was James Toney before James Toney was James Toney. You know?
You cool with James Toney? I heard James Toney talking about
train him.
Yeah. You still cool with him though?
Yeah, I'm cool with him.
Nice.
I talk to him every now and then. When I wanna crack jokes on people, he's the first one I call.
You know,
when I wanna, he's the first one I call. I asked him how's his mother doing. You know, his mother, she used to own a bakery.
Yeah.
And she used to bake these cookies. And I told her, okay, if I wanna go eat a brick. I go in the project, get a brick. Those cookies was hard as rocks. Please. Yeah, but James is good people, man. Yeah. Good people. His wife, his kids, they're all good people.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
I was talking to Bronco McCart like a couple of days ago. He had some good stories about James.
So I can tell you a lot of good stories about James. Oh, man. Bronco's good people, too. I know a lot of stories about James Tony. Boy, he's a crazy guy.
He's a good guy. Crazy always entertaining. Guy. Guaranteed entertainment.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Was he your favorite fighter to train and hang around with?
But you want to have fun, you hang out with James Tony.
Yeah. Makes sense.
You know, but he was a nut. He was an out-and-out nut. I remember one time, me and my wife, we like to entertain, you know, during the holidays, like the 4th of July, Thanksgiving, Christmas holidays. We like to have people over for dinner. Mm-hmm. So one time, you know, I think it was on the 4th of July. I had a dinner party at my house, and I had Mike McCallum was at the house, James Tony, and Ilan Barkley. Mm-hmm. And they're at that time in their lives, they were at the same weight, fighting middleweight. Mm-hmm. And they was outside arguing. They by the pool, arguing. And McCallum and Tony, all they were doing was arguing. They were scared of Iran. And Iran, you didn't know if he was nuts or what. No, so they were scared of him. They would say nothing to Iran. But it was crazy. And these guys arguing in front of my house. I said, look here. If you guys start fighting within my house, I'm gonna shoot both of y'all. Wow. Yeah, we had good times. We'd always get parties. They would all come eat up all my food.
So you're the reason why James couldn't make weight.
Nah, with me, he always made weight. He always made weight. With me, he always made weight because, believe it or not, James never liked to run. Yeah. But when I started working with him, I made him run. I came to his house at 4:30 in the morning and got him up out of his bed. I told him, if I got to run, you got to run. Yeah. And he got up. He got up and ran.
Yeah. How long did you train him for?
I had James for 10 fights.
Oh, wow.
Right after Bill Miller, him and Bill Miller broke up, I had James.
Yeah. Were you there in the Montel Griffin fight, the first Montel fight?
Yeah, we beat Montel the first fight.
I thought
and we beat him the second fight. Yeah, we beat Montel.
Yeah, I thought so.
You know. So, but, you know, listen, like I said, this is a business. They wasn't ready for James Tony yet. Yeah. You know, James, he'll go down in history as a great fighter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After let's see, after your fight with, who did we talk about? Rudy Koopman, right? After that fight, you went up and you had a fight with Ronaldo Snipes.
Ronaldo Snipes.
So your goal was to get Larry Holmes?
Huh?
Your goal was to get Larry Holmes? Okay.
Yeah, and I wanted to go through Ronaldo. What happened was Ronaldo ran faster than Carl Lewis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he did not want to engage with me. He ran, hold, and grabbed. That's all he did. Mm-hmm. I got that fight on tape. And I watch that fight all the time. I don't see how this guy, they gave it to him. But, you know, it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And you know, but he ran and hold and grabbed, and he was scared. Yeah. You know, I was even telling him, let's fight, man. Let's give the people what they want. And he didn't, you know, he wouldn't engage at all.
Yeah. So did you move right back down and defend your title? That's the next time you fought, right? You fought Spinks then?
Yeah, I dropped. Yeah, that's the one I lost to Michael because I lost a considerable amount of weight, a lot of weight, and I lost it too quick. You know, they caught me at an opportune time where I had to lose that weight, and you know, it is what it is.
How impressive was Michael Spinks in that first fight? Were you impressed by him too?
Very impressive. Very impressive. Michael, you know, I didn't underestimate him. You know, I mean, I was in the steam room the whole day trying to make the weight. And we had the weigh was the day of the fight, so I'm drained. Mm-hmm. You know, so he outpointed me in 15 rounds. He beat me fair and square. But it was a close fight. It wasn't a runaway.
Mm-hmm. And that was your first time going 15? Yeah.
Yeah, he knocked me down in the what round was that? I think the 10th round. I'm not sure.
I think you're right. I think it was the 10th.
But I got up and beat the shit out of him in that same round. Yeah.
And how?
I got a little slice of tape.
Yeah. How did it feel going 15 rounds with that guy?
No problem. Basically, like I said, I was in the sauna in the steam room all day trying to make that weight. And I fought Michael on pure heart alone. Pure heart alone, because I wasn't going to give you my title. I'm not rolling like that.
I was talking to Greg Haugen like a week ago, and he was saying how they should bring back 15 rounds.
Yeah, I would love for them to do that. Greg is a good guy. Good guy. I love for them to bring 15 rounds back, but they'll never do that. They claim for some health issue. Please.
That's right.
I'm not with that. It's pure garbage.
So you agree too? It's the only way you can see who the real winner of a fight is.
Mano a mano, man against man. Let's see what you got. Then
you fought Bob Pablo, Paul Ramos. You won a unanimous decision.
Just to get back into the swing of things. He was an up-and-coming guy out of Cleveland. And, the first punch I threw, I knocked him down, and then I just beat him up. He just ran the whole fight. He didn't want to fight.
Then you fought Lottie Mwali.
Yeah, that was for the right to fight Michael Spinks, because he was the #1 contender in the WBC, and I was the #1 contender in the WBA. And the winner will fight Michael Spinks. So I knocked him out in the 4th round.
Then you fought Jerry Sellis. And what happened with the second Spinks fight?
They said I was overweight, and which was not true, because the night before the fight, I went to the hospital because my trainer bit his tongue. And we all went to the hospital, and I jumped on a scale, and I was 176 pounds. This was like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm not eating, I'm not drinking nothing. I'm going to dry out the whole night. So by drying out, I should at least lose 2 pounds. So Michael stepped on a scale, and he stepped on a scale at 172 pounds. Michael Spinks never ever in his life came in 172 pounds. And they said, when I stepped on a scale, I weighed 177. So there were the 2 pounds right there. They manipulated the scale. Because Bert Sugar, he put the 2-pound sack of flour on the scale, which had a USDA stamp that it was 2 pounds, and that was overweight. So I knew they was, like I said, this is a business, and they would go to any means necessary to have Michael Spinks keep that title, because we signed the contract. After all this said and done, we signed the contract to fight a non-title fight. And then after we signed the contract, 3 hours later, he called off the whole fight. Yeah.
Didn't want another piece of you, I guess.
No, I wanted to beat him out. But, listen, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Were you mad at the time, though?
Yeah, very, very much so, because he denied the people a great fight.
Yeah. Yep.
He denied the people a fight.
Who did he fight instead? Who was his next fight against?
I don't know. It's been so long. I just a little pissed off at Michael.
Yeah. You stay that way too? Kind of keep a grudge against
him? A long time. A real long time. I had a lot of animosity towards Michael. And then, one day I just said that I need to, be a man and just, leave that alone, So that's what I did. I just said, hey, man, we just made friends, put it that way. We just, so we were hanging around the same points back on the East Coast, and I would see him, all the time.
Yeah.
And, testing me and mad, just say, life is short. And that's the way it is. I see him today, I, greet him, how you doing, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Then you fought Jerry Celestine. You won a unanimous 10 rounds from him.
Yeah.
Anything about him?
Just boxed. Good fighter. He was in the top 5, I think, at one point.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the ESPN fight. As a matter of fact, Sylvester Stallone was the promoter.
Oh, yeah? I didn't even know that.
Yes, I just appointed him.
And in 1985, you fought Tyrone Booz. After
yeah, Tyrone that just came up for a quick knockout. I think he held the record of knocking this guy out. I think it was about a few seconds.
Yeah.
It wasn't Tyrone Booz. It was Ricky Parkey.
Okay.
And I appointed Tyrone Booz. I beat him up in the Garden.
Did a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
Then you fought Slobodan Kakar, losing a 15-round decision.
I did a number on that kid. I beat him so bad to the body that after the fight, we had a party. They gave a party. And he couldn't attend because he was so beat up. And as a matter of fact, if you look at his record, he didn't fight for a year and a half because he was so beat up. I beat his body so bad. I broke ribs. I broke a lot of, he had a lot of, interior structure messed up in his body. But I beat him bad because he didn't fight for like about a year and a half.
Yeah. Must have needed some ice cold bath or something.
Oh man, he was messed up, man.
Yeah. Hey, he got the decision, right? What'd you say then?
He got the decision. I put him in Italy. I wasn't going to get it unless I knocked him out. Yeah. Then maybe I got a draw.
Was he promoted by an Italian guy too, or managed by?
Yeah. Okay. Sabatini, Rodolfo Sabatini.
Was that the same guy who had Gunzz?
Promoted Gunzz. That is correct.
Guy. Okay.
Same guys.
He made you a victim of his, huh?
Yeah.
Did you ever say anything to him?
I beat his life easy. Nah. You know what? I'm not a sore loser, but listen, the people was there. They saw that I beat these guys fair and square. The only real loss I would say that I've got was to James Scott and to Radamés Cabrera.
Not the first Spinks fight?
No. It was that fight was close.
Yeah.
That fight was close.
Now, on October 21st, 1988, you had your last fight against Arthur Lawhorn.
Yeah.
You were stopped in 3 rounds. When did you know you wouldn't fight again? Did you know right after that fight was over?
Yeah, because this is what I told myself when I first started fighting. I had so much confidence in my ability that I told myself when I first started fighting, if I were to ever get stopped, I'm going to retire from the game. I won't fight no more. And I got stopped, and I just kept my word. I kept my word, and everybody was asking me, well, but they were telling me, well, he's going to fight again. He's still waiting.
Yeah. Were you ever close to fighting Cowie?
No. We never. I would have pointed him easy.
Yeah.
You gotta have the movement. He puts pressure on you. That's what I like. The guys. I don't have to look for these guys. He put that pressure on you. I had to beat him up.
Yeah.
But he was a good fighter. I got to give it to him. He was a good fighter.
Yeah, good pressure.
Yeah, he put the pressure on you. But that's what I like. I like guys come to me. I don't have to look for those guys. You know.
How about Mike Rossman? Did you ever come close to fighting him?
No. Mike ducked me for a long time. He didn't want to fight me.
Yeah, that was like one of the greatest light heavyweight eras in boxing, though. Yeah.
It was, no doubt. That was a great era. There's a lot of people that's on Facebook. They always talk about our era of light heavyweight. And I feel honored to be in that class.
Yeah, you definitely.
I'm very honored to be in that class.
You were a big part of it. Is there anyone that you wish you fought that you didn't?
John Conte.
Who was it?
John Conte. I wish I'd have fought John Conte because he was a great fighter.
Yeah.
I always wanted to match wits with him. I think I would have knocked him out. But he was a great fighter. Yeah. I was, always wanted to pick myself against the best. Guys. I mean, Saad Muhammad beat him twice, and I beat Saad Muhammad.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to fight Conte, just let him know that hey, I'm the best.
And who was the best you ever fought?
the best guy I ever fought. Well, there was a lot of good guys, but the person that I learned a lot from in the actual fight was Jesse Burnett.
Hmm.
He was a nice, crafty, cagey, long-arm fighter.
Yeah.
You know, he was good. It took me 10 rounds to stop him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, but he taught me a lot in that fight with him. You know, that was the night Ali lost to Leon Spinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who hit the hardest? Mustafa Muhammad hit you the hardest, you said?
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Easy.
Without a doubt, he hit me the hardest.
Hmm. And since you quit boxing, you became one of the greatest trainers in the world. Who's the best fighter you trained so far?
The best fighter I've trained so far with Chad Dawson, of course.
Hmm. So you like?
But I got other guys coming up that are undefeated that I'm working with, and they have just as much talent as Chad Dawson.
Yeah. I saw you in October. I saw you in Connecticut with Badu Jack. You still have Badu Jack?
Badu, yeah, he just fought a few days ago. He won. Right now, as we speak, he's 10-0.
Hmm.
And he's fighting again on a ShowBox.
Oh.
I think it's May 11th.
May 11th?
Yeah, so he's doing good. He's 10-0 right now.
You proud of him? You think big things coming?
Very much, though. He's the guy that came all the way from Sweden for me to train him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got another kid, Marcus McDaniel. Marcus is 7-0.
Hmm.
He's a super middleweight. He's doing good.
So what are you doing special with these guys? Are these your two guys you're most?
Whatever they bring me, whatever talent they bring me, I take them to another level.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
No
That's what I do. I enjoy doing that. Huh?
No one could argue that. You're definitely one of the best in the
that's what I do. I enjoy what I do. And my thing is, this is where you get a lot of fighters mixed up. A lot of trainers get mixed up. Because they teach the fighter to fight like they used to fight. You don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, whatever he brings to me, I take that skill to another level. That's all I do.
Yeah.
I never want them to fight like I used to fight. Because, I mean, God gave me this talent. And, you know, I'm just showing them how to do it. That's all.
Exactly. That's all you can do. Not everyone can do you. You know, they have strengths that you didn't have, you know?
Exactly.
And vice versa. You had things that they don't have either. Everyone's different. So, besides yourself, who is the best trainers in the game? Who would you say are the best trainers?
You know what? I wouldn't even... Listen. Like I said, Roger Mayweather should have been voted Trainer of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
They give Freddie Rose Trainer of the Year 5 times. What kind of garbage is that?
No.
Here Roger has a guy that's never been beaten. Who is he?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, let's be real.
It's true.
Let's be real, you know?
So besides you, it's Roger, you think? Anyone else?
I think Roger's a great trainer.
Yeah.
I think he's a great trainer.
Yeah.
I think Nazim Richardson is a great trainer.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's true.
There's an array of guys that I can mention that are great trainers. They're teachers. They teach you how to fight.
Yeah.
You know? But, you know, this game is also prejudice.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just how this game is.
That's true.
How you going to pick one guy 5 times in a row, trainer of the year? Come on, you got to be out of your goddamn mind.
I know. I think that's
so I just I just leave it alone and roll with the punches. That's all.
That's all you can do. They're always gonna do that unless Floyd fights Manny and he beats him. It's the only way.
But they'll still probably give Freddie Rose Trainer of the Year.
Yeah, they'll find a way. Right?
Yeah, they'll find a way. Of course, they'll find a way. And listen, I call it like it is. I call it like I see it.
That's it.
One thing, I don't hold my tongue back for nobody. I call it like I see it. Let's be real.
You're from Brooklyn.
You got a guy that's right. You got a guy that's undefeated. Never been beaten 42 fights. How come this trainer was never Trainer of the Year? What's with that?
There's no sense to be made out of that. You can't even make sense out of that if you tried to.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man.
They just don't like how many times Roger says motherfucker.
Yeah, but see, that's Roger being real.
I know. No.
Roger, that's him being real. He don't hide anything.
Exactly.
He tells it like, that's why they love to do interviews with Roger.
Yeah.
Because he tells it like it is.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I respect him for that.
Me too. He deserves something. I hope he wins something in his lifetime.
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. My guy.
Yeah. Yep. And then let's see. A lot of people don't know, but you played Billy Fox in the Raging Bull movie. What's it like?
That is correct.
I had a great time. How was it playing?
It took me the whole year to do that because we had to go over. We had to learn our parts, learn the punches. I had a great time. I met great people. I had a great time doing that movie.
What do you remember about being in the ring with De Niro? What kind of fighter was he? What do you been?
He kept telling me, he says, every time I get close to him throwing punches, he can hear the wind blowing past. He kept saying, move back, move back. That the wind was going past his jaw. We had a good time doing that movie, though. We had a great time.
You think De Niro could have been a good fighter if he tried to be?
He could have been a good 4-round fighter.
Yeah.
He could have been a good 4-round glove fighter.
So how long?
Huh?
How long did it took you? One whole year to start the scenes and then finish them up?
Yeah, because we had to learn the punches. You know.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I had a great time. We shot in L.A. and in New York, so we were all over the place.
And you did another movie too, right? What was that movie called?
I did Body and Soul with Leon and Jane Kennedy. Yeah, I did a few movies. I did Spencer for Hire with Robert Urich and Avery Brooks. I did a lot of that stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I used to watch Spencer for Hire when I was little.
I love that. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I love Spencer for Hire.
I don't think I'd thought of that show again. I'm glad you brought that up.
No, Spencer for Hire was a great show.
It was good.
You know, I got to be good friends with Robert Urich and Avery Brooks. We had good times together.
Wow, that's cool.
Got a few autographed pictures of those guys. You know, we had a good time. We had doing the show, and you know, we had a great time. I even wanted to go see Avery. He played. He did a one-man play on Broadway. Where the play was about 3 hours. He was a one-man play. He didn't miss a beat. Knew his own lines and everything, man.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a good time, man, that night. Yeah.
Sounds like it. Sounds like you loved it. How come you didn't do more acting?
You know what? I started training guys. I love teaching.
Yeah.
You know, I love teaching these guys how to the art of self-defense. And I got so wrapped up with enthralled in that, man. That took a lot of my time.
Do you train anyone for fun, or is it just like people who are serious and in the business?
People who are serious. The guys that come from all over the world for me to train them. Since the phase of the internet came, I mean, I get people calling me from all over. They get me on Facebook, you know, telling me, you know, how great I was as a fighter, how good I am as a trainer. Which I appreciate that. I don't never pat myself on the back. I let other people tell me how good I was. You know, how good I am as a trainer. You know, and I don't get the big head. That's not me. You know, I just roll with the punches. You know, take it and roll with it. That's all. I have a good time doing it.
Life and boxing, like the same kind of concept.
I have a great time doing what I do. I enjoy what I do. I have a Sergey Lyakovic. He's fighting next Saturday on TV for Zab Judas card.
You know, he's good, except he sometimes gets lackadaisical and doesn't.
No, you're right. You're right, 100% right. We've been working on a few good things. You know, and I've had a great time training with him for this training camp. We had a great time. We had 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And he's in good shape mentally.
Yeah.
You know.
He's
a good guy.
See, he shouldn't have lost to Shannon Briggs in his last round, you know? He just, I think he lost focus when he fought Shannon Briggs, and he just like.
Yeah, he lost focus. But you know, those things, it's easy to lose focus in an actual fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, easy to lose focus. Yeah. But believe me, I got him at a point now in his career where he's doing real good.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, but he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's good. He's just gotta listen, and that's it.
Yeah,
he's a talented guy.
He's doing pretty good.
And when is Badu Jack fighting again?
He's fighting May 11th.
Oh, that's right, you said that on Showbox, right? Who's he fighting? Does he know yet?
Yeah, he's fighting on Showbox.
Does he know who yet?
No, we don't have an opponent as of yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got Hassan Rockman, believe it or not, he's #1 contender in the WBA. He's fighting Povetkin. They have to fight us by no later than June.
He's going to need some serious sparring to get that ring rush. I looked at his past few fights, and none of them were really impressive. It's got to get some sparring, you know.
And let me tell you what we did. We sent him to Duke University, where they had a weight problem, and he dropped 40 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's dead serious about Povetkin's fight. And don't be surprised if he knocks Povetkin out.
Yeah.
I seen Povetkin get beaten his last fight that he so.
Yeah. It's true.
So we're going to go over there looking for the knockout.
Just get Rockman throwing that overhand right. I think he might.
Oh, right on the chin. Right on the chin. And Povetkin gets hit with everything.
Yeah. Look at Marco Huck just landed so many right hands, I think, on him.
Right, exactly. So we'll touch him up. We'll definitely touch him up.
Yeah, if he stays if he doesn't get tired, I think he'll probably beat Povetkin. I'm picking him too. I think so too.
Yeah, Rock is going to be in immaculate shape.
That's it. Yep. You might be the secret weapon.
Well, I'm a hard worker. I love my job. I love what I do.
Mm-hmm. And do you think you belong in the Hall of Fame as a fighter?
I don't care. I'm in the Hall of Fame with my kids. I don't care. That's political. That's very political. I'm not with that garbage.
Yeah, see,
Reggie political.
Reggie Johnson really wants to be in the Hall of Fame. I was talking to Reggie. I don't know how much it's important to you or what. But you're right.
Listen, look, I tell you, as long as I got the love of my kids, I'm good. I'm straight.
That's it.
I'm straight. I don't need to be in no Hall of Fame. Shoot. I mean, you know what? I'm in the New Jersey Hall of Fame. How you like that?
That's it. That's good enough, huh?
That's good enough for me. And I can live with that. All this other stuff, you got to do this, you got to do that. I'm not with that. I'm not with it. I don't care about that. Like I said, I'm in the Hall of Fame with my kids, so I'm straight.
That's it.
That's right.
You spent a lot of time organizing your boxing union. Tell us about JAB. How'd you come up with the idea to do JAB?
Well, I knew that every professional sports has an organization where it takes care of them at the end of the day when they can no longer perform. Mm-hmm. We never had that. So I'm looking for a way that we can have that. And I had it going pretty good. But then again, when the what do you call that? This recession that we're in, it messed up a lot of stuff. Nobody's working. There wasn't a whole lot of fights. TV wasn't coming up with no TV dates, so that kind of slowed me down a great deal. I had guys signing up right and left to join the union. It was going pretty good too. We had a lot of money that we collected from a lot of fighters, and we paid a lot of fighters rent, paid a lot of fighters bills. We were doing real good. But then we got hit with the recession, and that messed us up a great deal.
Mm-hmm. And George
George
W.
Yeah. George W. did a number on us, boy. But, it is what it is. This is politics.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So I didn't step back from it. We still have it. Matter of fact, we gave Teddy Atlas's foundation checks for $10,000, a little over $10,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, so we're still, you know, a force to be reckoned with. Even though a lot of these promoters didn't want me to have that because they figured that with a union for the fighters that I would be too powerful for the whole organization.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even want them to think that. What I want to do is give all the fighters a fair chance. That's all I want. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when they can no longer hear the roar of the crowd, have something to fall back on. A pension.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to do for these guys.
Yeah.
You know, football, baseball, basketball, hockey, they all got that.
Yeah.
We don't have that. That's what I'm trying to do. Look out for my guys.
Yeah. So important.
You know, and I had over like 2,000 guys signed up.
Yeah.
I mean, and the list was growing and growing every day.
So nothing's happening with Jab right now?
No, because right now there's a lot of guys in our fight.
Yeah. Lousy.
You know, a lot of guys in our fight. We're not making no money. You know.
So there's nothing you can do to get it going on Facebook, maybe using Facebook or anything?
I don't know. I'm going to look into it, but believe me, a lot of things I'm getting ready to do that's going to, you know, boost boxing again.
You know, there's a lot of groups on Facebook that I belong to. I don't know if you go into the groups and talk boxing. People would like to hear from you, I'm sure. And if you like post things, it'll go to your.
Now, you know what? I'm not into Facebook like that because, I mean, listen. All I do is say hello and acknowledge the people that acknowledge me. You know, one guy would get on, hey, Eddie, how you doing? You know, you're a great fighter, and I write them back. Hey, thank you for acknowledging me as a great fighter. I appreciate that. And then that's it. You know, I don't get on there and start kicking it like that.
Yeah, you could though. I think Jab would be better off if you did that. And you could really learn how to make Facebook work for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that takes time, and I'm in the gym from 9 o'clock in the morning till like about 6.
Yeah.
So I'm in the gym. That's a lot of our time is spent either in the gym or on the airline.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm all over the place.
Yeah. And let's see. Who gave you the best advice of your life, and what did they say?
My father.
And what was it?
I told him, I said, I wanted to be a champion. Give me some advice. He said, chin down, hands up, and ass off the canvas. You'll be world champion. I took his advice.
Can't get better advice than that.
There you go.
And who's the top 5 light heavyweights of all time?
I think the best light heavyweight was Bobby Foster. He gave me a compliment one day. When I first met Bob, he said that I was the best body punch he ever saw. And then he said, man, that it would have been a hell of a fight with me and you. He gave me that compliment, and that stuck with me to this day.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and I think Bob was a hell of a light heavyweight. So then you got Ezra Charles, who never fought for the light heavyweight championship, but he was really a light heavyweight. You know, and then let me see, Archie fought heavyweight, but like Bob Foster, guys like that, you know, you got a lot of tough guys out there that were real tough, get hit. But you see, my idea of a great fighter is, the name of the game is I hit you, but you don't hit me. That's the name of the game. Not I hit you, you hit me back. You stand toe to toe. At the end of the day, you don't even know your name.
That's true.
You know, I'll be 60 years old next week, and you don't hear me stutter yet.
Not yet.
You know, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
You know, because I was in a hell of a sport.
Moving your head.
That's right. That is correct. That's what I do. Move my head.
Did you ever meet Sugar Ray Robinson?
Never met Ray. Never met Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
Never met him.
And where do you think you rank all time in light heavies, all time?
At light heavy?
Yeah.
Nah, Ray Robinson was never light heavyweight.
No, you. Where do you think you rank?
I don't know. I don't care.
No, you don't think.
Bert Sugar told me that he told me something really crazy. Yeah, I mean, Bert, I like Bert. He's a good guy. He just been out of my house when I lived on the East Coast. He said he had this book that came out. He rated all the fighters in different weight classes. And he said, he told me, he said, I would have rated you the best light heavyweight ever. And I said, really? He said, but you got killer instinct. I said, Bert, if I'm not mistaken, I think I knocked out about 40 guys. Yeah, I mean, like, God damn, what you want me to do? Kill somebody? You know, and I'm like, this guy's nuts. Yeah, he said, you have a killer instinct. I said, okay, if you say so. If you say so, buddy.
He's nuts. That is crazy.
I don't get involved in that. Yeah. You know, that stuff. You know, all I do is just sit back and you know, listen. I had a good career. You know, I'm proud. My mother's father's proud. My kids are proud. And you know what? And I was a WBA champion, and the WBC gave me a gigantic poster of myself. This poster got to be about 15 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with my picture on it. And I wasn't even a WBC champion.
That's respect right there.
Yeah. And so things like that I enjoy. I enjoy going to a fight with my kids and people ask me for autographs, tugging on me for autographs. And I enjoy giving them autographs. I went to the WBC convention and caught up with my old friend Marvin Hagler. You know, and the other day, you know, I respect a lot of fighters. And so my friend was in a car with Ernie Shavers. So my friend says, do you know Eddie Mustafa Muhammad? So Ernie says, I don't know him, but I know of him. He was a hell of a fighter. And I was talking to Ernie on the phone. He said, man, we got to get together and have lunch together, man. Ernie lives out here now.
Who's that, Ernie who?
Ernie Shavers.
Oh, yeah? I just talked to him the other day.
He's man, look here. When he hits you, you've been hit.
Oh, man, yeah.
You've been hit. I tell everybody. They ask me, who was the hardest punch out? Ernie Shavers, without a doubt. Ernie said, when he hits you, he can break bones in your body, man.
Larry Holmes said he hit like a nice shark, yeah?
That's right. He can punch, man. He ain't no joke. Ernie's good people, man.
Yeah.
He's good people. We're gonna have lunch one day, probably. If I come back from New York, we'll have lunch. You know, chicken. Both have me and Ernie.
Yeah.
I never met him, but we talked on the phone 2 days ago.
Yeah, I talked to him about 3 or 4 days ago. Last Saturday, I think it was.
Yeah, he was a credit to the game, man.
Man, yeah. Yep. And I think I'm almost done. Let's see. Yeah, I'm all done. Who do you think's gonna win that Hopkins-Dawson 2 fight?
Chad.
Think Chad? Think Hopkins really go?
Bernard never wanted to fight Chad, but it was mandatory. I mean, listen, you got a young kid that all the ability. I taught Chad a lot. I taught him a lot. He'll tell you, you know, because I anticipated him fighting Bernard Hopkins. You know, I taught Chad a lot. He learned a lot. He told me himself that, you know, I was the best trainer that he ever had. You know, but he ran into a situation that was kind of crazy. And I don't want to put his business in the street, but you know, he acknowledged that I was key to him being the type of fighter he is today. Yeah. You know, and I'm not mad at him or anything like that. I mean, just as boxing is a business, and I respect it as a business. But Bernard would never beat Chad Dawson.